At Domino's, we're more than pizza, so mix it up with our specialty chicken, stuffed cheesy bread, sandwiches, pastas, medium 2-topping pizzas, and more for just $5.99 each, and we'll mix stand-up comedy with a robot.
Stuffed cheesy bread and my act have a lot in common. They're both super cheesy. Tough crowd.
You can also mix it up with Domino's salads, marbled cookie brownie, bread twist, and medium 2-topping pizzas. Order any 2 or more for just $5.99 each. 2-item minimum. Bone-in wings, handmade pan pizza, and bread bowl pasta will be extra. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Care Centers, you'll get a $75 prepaid Visa card when you spend $250 on Napa brake parts, which is cause to celebrate. Because normally the sound of screeching brakes means your bank account's about to take a hit. But getting $75 back makes that hit not so bad. Quality parts installed by the pros. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Care Centers. Exclusions apply. Offer ends 6/30/19.
This is Jim, the Keys bartender, coming to you from the Catch Restaurant in
Hi, Jim.
chilly Key Largo. Hi,
This
Bill.
is a very chilly Key Largo.
Yeah. Chilly.
Chilly.
Yeah,
Key Largo.
it's well for Key Largo. It is. What is it?
I don't know. It's under 70.
Yeah. For me, it's not as chilly as most of the other people have their winter coats and stuff like that. I'm still wearing shorts and a short sleeves jacket, but I mean outside it is windy, I guess. But it is the first show of the new year. It's
Happy New Year to all
Happy
you.
New Year to everyone, and I wanted to thank everyone for ringing into it. And at the end of the show, I wanted to give a mention to some of the reviews we got on iTunes. But the funny thing about this, and I'm sure everyone in the rest of the East Coast and the central part of the country is going through hell with this cold that's going through.
Oh, hell. It even snowed in St. Pete up on the north
St.
side
Petersburg,
of Tampa.
Yes, not St. Petersburg, Russia.
It's probably 65 degrees in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Plenty of old guys walking around with those sandals and white socks, right? And it's snowing there. They're not used to that there. It's a big deal that when the people have to bring out a coat. I think it was Saturday night. And these people walk in with blankets. They look like refugees from Valley Forge.
I don't blame them.
It looked like Valley Forge reenactors, Revolutionary War.
I played a gig over in Cape Coral on Monday, and it was 42 degrees.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep in. I mean, obviously on the West Coast, I think it's a little warmer, but we're going to go through a couple days of this, and then it'll bounce back here. The thing down here, the interesting thing about the Keys, and we'll talk about some of the New Year's Eve happenings that occurred, but all the reptiles kind of go into hibernation.
Yeah, the iguanas don't do so well.
Yeah, they fall. You hear things when it starts getting cold. You start hearing these large things fall through the tree limbs.
Big thump on the roof.
Yeah, falling down. And they're dormant. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and big things falling through the roof. And
you were talking about
Sean.
Iguanas falling out of trees and stuff like that. And they and when it gets really cold, they go into the water. I noticed that a while ago. Yeah, I saw one going across the bay.
Water's still probably 74, 76.
Yeah, and after 3-4 days of that, it'll start at least Bayside and
the bay will get cold pretty quick.
Inland waterways, it'll start getting cold because of the shallows. But then once it gets hot again, hopefully we'll get around 80. This year, we've been drumming in, and obviously we're not the only people mentioning this on CNN. They had a guy down at Key West, and he gave the same report that we gave, that most of the rooms, almost 100% of rooms are in Key West. Up in Key Largo, we're above 75.
Yeah, actually, I think we're closer to 90.
Okay, we could be at 90 then. Amarada's coming along. They're opening up slowly but surely. And then the Middle Keys are coming along. So we're open for business. And I imagine this Christmas, we didn't have the bump that we normally had. There's people that were still reluctant. Yep. And the gentleman from CNN came on and he reiterated what we said. about that. And it was a beautiful day, and that at that time,
it's gorgeous.
Key West was the nicest
Nicest
in the
spot
country,
in the
continental
US.
United States. Right now, Southern California or something like that, and Phoenix may be vying for that spot. But normally this time of year, it's us. And imagine in 2 or 3 days, we're going to be getting it. The warm air is going to be pushing
back
us
up to
out.
normal.
Yeah, and
Cold front down here isn't a cold front. It's just a cold.
and when
couple
you
days of
consider
snap.
if you're up in the Northeast, you're coming down from 0 degrees.
Dude, you guys are still
Then
walking around in
60
shorts and
degrees more.
t-shirts.
Yeah. Once your blood thickens up there, which it really does.
Yeah.
It does in the cold weather. When you come down here, when you hit it's 70 and muggy, it's hell. You're sweating when you get off the plane. But now,
When you see the people walking around with fur-collared stuff,
yeah.
looking at you, put some clothes on, you could tell who lives down here.
You get if you headed up north because of the dry, cold air, you get being desiccated, like one of those little sponges. You get all shrunken up.
I think last time I was up in the north was about 9 years ago. Visited some family outside of Pittsburgh. And I got off the plane, and the doors opened, and I immediately did a 180 to go talk to the ticket agent to get back on the plane. And,
Really?
They ended up talking me into staying, but I had a big old down comforter that I carried with me for, I was up there 5 days. Because you go into a restaurant up there, it's 60 to 63 degrees in the restaurant. They think that's comfortable.
Yep, it is.
Oh, hell no. That's
Well,
almost as cold as it gets down
I know.
here.
You get all. See what happens when it's so cold up there that you wear so many. You may wear some. Long thermals and sweaters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It used to be in 60 degrees, and your blood's flowing, and you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, I was up in when it's 25. If it's not too windy, it's 25 or higher. I could wear a fleece,
Remember,
a turtleneck, and Under Armour underneath, and if I'm moving, I got gloves and the hat on.
Hell, if
with the
it's 70
fleece. I'm moving when I'm walking.
If
I'm
it's-
just walking. I'm fine. But once it starts getting down, you just got to keep the air from the heat from migrating away from your skin.
That's it. If it's 75 degrees down here, I'm wearing jeans, boots, and a long sleeve shirt.
Yeah,
You've seen that.
Yeah, I know. I got to be. I can. If I'm going out, I want to dress up. I'll wear long pants and a nice shirt. But I like it to be below 75 when I'm doing that. In the 80s, I've been to a funeral down here, and it was 90. And I was used to going to funerals. Whenever you go to a funeral in the Northeast, you always wear a suit.
Yeah.
You always wear a suit. Down here, you're lucky if they wear a tie. But I wore a suit. I was the only one wearing a suit, and I wasn't the closest to the person that was
No.
deceased, but they asked me because I was dressed so much. Excuse me, I'm going to go through a coughing fit.
There you go. Well, while Jim's coughing, we'll let you know that actually appropriate attire down here is a nice pair of black shorts and a white linen shirt.
Yeah, I was wearing a suit. They asked me to do the eulogy. Out of
There you go.
I did the eulogy.
Well, I can't tell you how many weddings I've been to in flip flops.
Okay. Well, I know I'm finally getting used to that. But when it cools down, they do a formal down here called the Bougainvillea Ball. It's a big fundraiser for Baptist. And they do it in Alamorada, and they have it under a tent.
Yep.
And sometimes it's cool. It goes down, in the upper 50s or 60s. Most of the time, they're lucky if it dips.
70s.
In the lower 70s. It could. Lower 70s is nice when you get that. You don't need any.
Oh, hell, I was there about 3 years ago. I swear it was 90 degrees.
Yeah, inside that tent, it's
Oh,
hot,
yeah.
and it's black
We were
tie.
baking.
It's black tie and gowns and all that, and you have hundreds of people there. It's a swanky affair, and I don't know why we're getting on to that because
Well.
we just had New Year's and we're talking about the cold and the funny things. I told the stories about you hear about guys going along and they're picking up iguanas, and they put them in their cars and they don't realize that they think, well, I'm gonna guy could be a taxidermist.
Yeah.
Or
No.
the Mexicans don't realize it because they're not used to that.
Dude, you have the heat cranked up to 80 degrees in the van.
And they'll start reviving they start crawling around.
I got a Cuban buddy, Jose, didn't realize that.
Yeah.
He had about 10 of them in the back of a
Yeah, and
back
all
of
the
a van.
all the bugs outside kind of migrate in too. We got these big ass you may have heard of palmetto bugs, which some people may confuse as cockroaches because they are, but they're not.
Yeah, it's
not
a
like
3-inch long jumbo cockroach.
Yeah, and they fly.
Man, there's nothing worse than hearing that sound at 3 o'clock in the morning. Boom, boom. You're like, please don't land on the bed. Please don't land on the bed. Please don't land on the bed.
Yeah, it's as big as a hummingbird when you get one of those suckers come around. But they're trying to get indoors when it's happened. So are the
my wife's cat loves
the
those
lizards.
things.
Yeah, the lizards do and all that stuff. But it's funny. So this is 2018.
2018,
and we were. I was talking to. Did I mention last week about the commercials? There was a commercial on television for the automated security guard, the drone security guard for malls. They got it. There's commercials for it now. It's kind of like a. Oh, what do we got here?
Sean's bearing gifts from the bar.
Okay. What, Sean, describe to our listeners what you're hitting us.
This is a root beer float shot, kind of an experiment.
Okay.
Root beer liqueur. I threw some banana liqueur in there to make it like a sundae. Chocolate, liqueur, and a little milk.
Oh,
That sounds good. You're going to join us with this? Okay.
Nice cold day.
Hold on. That's got an interesting kind of like a good yoo-hoo. I mean, if yoo-hoo were going to introduce a new flavor, that would be it.
Well, that's pretty
With
good.
bananas in
I
it,
taste the
root
root beer. I taste the chocolate.
And banana?
That's pretty good.
That is good. I say them. You don't taste any liquor in it.
No, you really don't.
What's it? What? Banana? Cream de cocoa. Root beer.
There you go.
Okay. That's another way for you people to get fucked up.
There you go.
Yeah,
Actually,
I'm fucked up, man.
Well, all you guys up north, this is the perfect time of year to break out the Applejack if you've been making that all winter long.
Now, up north, they don't even know what Applejack is.
Yeah, they do.
What's Applejack?
You never made Applejack? It's when you take the cider and keep freezing it.
Applejack's was A's for apple, J's for Jack, Cinnamon Toast. Applejack's. It was cereal.
Hell no. Dude, we're not near redneck enough.
I'm from the city, man. We don't make Applejack. They make limoncello and shit like that.
You take like 20 gallons of cider, and you keep pulling the ice plugs.
There you go. There's your mistake. Cider.
Yeah.
We don't do cider in Philadelphia.
Okay.
I mean, but it's great. Let's hear it. Okay.
You take about 20 gallons of apple cider, put it in a bucket, and you keep pulling the ice plugs out. And basically, when you get down to about...
plugs?
Yeah, because it freezes.
Oh, outside, okay.
Outside, so you keep pulling the ice plugs out.
Oh, because
the water freezes out of it.
The water, so it leaves the concentrated apple.
Right. So once you get down to about 2 gallons, you have something that you could conceivably run a car off of.
This is hard cider, then?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about hard cider, not the regular apple cider.
Fucking regular. Nobody drinks apple cider. Unless it's got...
No, I used to have it. You know what? They had apple orchards up there. You used to have it, but,
There's no point in drinking apple cider unless you're
getting apple juice.
Yeah, unless you're getting a buzz off of it.
Okay, so you're talking like 80 proof? 90?
It's probably... It's depends on how much water you can get out of it. Problem is you get it up to the point where it's really, really potent, and then it's just... basically nasty because it's got all the leavings from the cider in it too.
Well, you know what? That's understandable when you're making something homemade. When they have that, there's wine that's that way where it has the sediment in the bottom. But it's funny that you mentioned that the apple thing, Applejack or whatever. And I spoke about this. There's this German liquor called Berenz. It's an apple liqueur, and it doesn't have a hint of
apple.
No, it tastes like apple juice.
No, does it?
It doesn't have a hint of the liquor in it. You don't taste any of the liquor, but it's probably like 30%.
Well, that's not
30%. No, 20%. 20%, which would make it 40 proof.
That's mild, yeah.
That won't. No, if it's apple juice though, it's stronger than a cocktail. It's stronger than a cocktail, and you drink it, you can drink a 10-ounce drink like you're drinking one of these ciders, but it's actually 4 times the strength of like an Angry Orchard or something.
Oh,
like
there
that.
you go.
But you don't even. An Angry Orchard, they got to give you a little taste. It's like having an electric car. You got to give a little noise to it so you know it's backing up on you.
Yep.
Well, with this Barron's apple liqueur, you're drinking it, you don't even know what's happening.
Well, there you go.
So what? Yeah. And I've seen it at a wedding. And
Well, it's definitely not related to grappa.
No, grappa tastes completely. Grappa's a grape. It's a distillate of grape.
I think it's just
The refuse of the dross of it.
I think it's just like rebottled ethanol.
Well, no, but I mean, I know it's the after. It's whatever's left over from the winemaking process, and I think they keep on refining it and stuff like that. But I've seen at a wedding where they had like 4 bottles of Barron's. It was the bride was German, and one of the bridesmaids who wasn't German is sitting there drinking it,
Just getting hammered, I'm sure.
Well, she's fine, you know.
Yeah, she's fine until she goes to stand
fine,
up.
Well, she's at the bar and stuff like that, and she drank. She was there for an hour and a half, and I wasn't talking to her. But as soon as she walked out, she did one of these things as if the floor was tilted to the left. Now the bar was to the right. She walked away from the thing. The bar tilted to the left, 30 degrees, and she went sideways. Virtually sideways all the way about 20 feet across the room, fell into one of the tables. They had their plywood banquet tables, round 6-foot banquet tables, fell into it, knocked all the drinks and everything, and it flipped it up. And that was like, wow. And it was in a slow motion where, yeah, if you knew it was going to happen, you're going to say, this girl's going to fall to the left. You would have been able to catch her. But it just was so dramatic and instantaneous. And it was horrible and hilarious at the same time.
She got the 20-degree list going.
Yeah, that was great. I've had that before when I've seen that before when
you're looking going, oh no, never mind.
This person went right to the left. It was a beautiful thing. I don't think she got hurt. She was all loose, because she was drinking and stuff
I'm
like
sure.
that. I have other stories. I don't know how we got onto this. That was my catering story.
I've got.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you. Let's do it. The New Year's. Let's tell our best stories then.
Oh, I got the good. My introduction to grappa was I was in Italy and I thought I was buying a cheap bottle of screw top wine.
Yeah.
Oh no. What? It was a bottle of grappa. And I proceeded to down the whole thing.
Yeah. It was harsh. That's harsh
tasting.
tasting.
My God, it's nasty. I thought it was the worst wine I ever had.
Well, it's like a really bad tasting vodka almost.
No, it's like a really bad cognac.
Okay. Well, with the aftertaste.
Yeah, with the aftertaste and the high octane.
And
that and the Moto Polizzi down in Florence are not terribly friendly. Especially not to drunk American tourists.
No, they don't. I had homemade Sambuca and homemade ouzo.
There you go.
The ouzo I had when it has it's really high in sugar content. Oh. And when I drank it, and I was with some friends in the Navy, we had just finished a bunch of that German beer with the Wursthauser, I think it's called. It has a ceramic top with the stopper on it.
Oh, yeah.
They got a bunch of different bottles like that. So we drank a bunch of those, and then someone... I don't know where in the hell in Germany why someone would bring up homemade ouzo.
Why not?
Yeah, and we drank that. And, when you're dehydrated, all you need is a little more liquor and a lot more sugar. And, the next day, it is the worst. I mean, it's the worst hangover you ever had. It's as if someone has taken your brain out of your head. They repackaged it, wrapped it up, played a little volleyball with it, put it back in
ice hockey
the next day, and you're just, like I said, you're desiccated. You're all dried out with all that sugar in your system. It just eats up everything.
What's that old line? It's unpleasantly like being drunk. Well, what's so bad about being drunk? Ask a glass of water.
Oh man. And there's times when you've overdone it with something that you swear you never. To this day, I have a really hard time with Southern Comfort because after a bike race, I had a couple.
Any of those sugary things, man. Even
Well, I mean, first I was dehydrated, and it was in the summertime, and I was young and stupid, and didn't hydrate and drank, and
yeah, that'll happen.
it sucked everything in my body, and my body needed liquid, so it sucked all that
All the liquid out of you.
it, and the liquor. So then, what I heard someone say, I didn't have enough blood from my alcohol. That's what. I had
There
too
you
much.
go.
I didn't have enough blood from my alcohol.
My blood level was a little low.
I have plenty of people. So in 2018, I wanted to. Well, Luke's not here today. I don't know if he's going to make it today.
I don't know.
This is not. It's 7 after.
Yeah,
It's 20. It's a little early. Sometimes he comes in. Maybe he'll be here. Maybe he won't.
he's probably
but-
he's probably curled up trying to light fire to the living room rug.
Yeah, well, Luke last week was mentioning that there was he was dry. He didn't have enough herb in his system, and when
Speak of the devil.
oh, speak of the devil, there he is.
There he is.
Son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
How you doing? You
yourself-
cold enough?
Yep. Get yourself a drink. Hey, I don't hear. Is that on?
And I really have this
We're just
love
talking
hate.
about it. Did you get hooked up yet?
No, I did not. I'm like,
Do I need to call Sandy again?
supposedly Kimberly's got us going on tonight.
there you
but,
go.
Good luck.
But I just
man.
realized the love-hate relationship I
Is
have
Luke-
with the
Luke
tourists,
Summer.
the
Well, yeah.
snowbirds. I
Dude,
love their
they're
money, but I
fantastic, man.
fucking hate them. God damn, it takes fucking the roads are
45
slow.
minutes to get to any fucking gig. It's just,
man.
I was bitching.
I should have been here 20 minutes ago, but fuck, traffic.
I know. Some idiots.
Hey, listen,
pulled
we
out
make our
and-
money off the tourists.
I know.
Come
That's
on,
what I
this
mean.
is
I love their money, but I hate them.
Luke loves our listeners.
Well, sure, I love.
If people are listening.
I don't like people that drive in front of me at 20 miles an hour. in both
Martha,
lanes.
look, there's water.
I know exactly what they're doing. They're
Staring
looking.
at their fucking GPS like
They're trying to find wherever they're going. That's
I know,
it, man.
man. They
Hey, Luke,
haven't
if you're
got
going
a
up to get a
clue.
drink,
Right?
just smearing off on the rocks. Bud Light for Bill.
Bud Light. Oh,
Smearing off on the rocks. Okay. So Luke's here, and okay, so I won't make a resolution for Luke.
BEERRUN. Beer run.
Oh, I like that one. Okay. So yeah,
That's my New Year's
well, I
resolution.
understand. It's that thing where there's people in town. It's 2 lanes going north, 2 lanes going south. People are looking for their
Yeah, and
they're looking for their destination. They're not gonna.
thank you, Luke.
They don't know where they are. They a lot of times they're not familiar with the mile marker
Right.
setup and all that stuff. I know when I'm heading south sometimes.
Yeah,
I have an address. It's not.
And we don't give directions like normal people. We don't tell you it's at this blah blah blah.
Yeah, we don't say it's a yellow.
Yeah.
It's there's a yellow building on the right.
It's down. It's down by marker 99, and it's on the base side.
When you see 101 mile marker, you're going to go another 0.2 miles, and it's going to be on the left side or the right side. That's it. That's all you do.
And then they're confused about which way's Oceanside, which way's Bayside.
Yeah. Oh, I just see right and left for them.
No. See, I don't.
Yeah.
I just-
And you know what? I can convert to
addresses,
to
kilometers.
metric.
Oh, I do metric pretty quick.
I do metric really good. It's 1.4. There you
There
go.
he goes.
He needs it.
Luke's got a little bit of Jim Beam there.
Yeah. And it's Stella.
A little beer and a shot. My kind of drink.
We
There
were
you go.
reminiscing about alcohol we had in the past we may have had bad experience with. Hey, just finish your drink. You're having
fucking rum, man.
Rum?
The first time I ever got shit-faced was on a bottle of 151 Bacardi. And
Yeah,
I
a little
drank
high
pretty near the
octane
whole
rum.
thing. I felt great for about 15 minutes, then I puked for days. Pretty near killed myself.
A buddy of mine who is a complete non-drinker Last time I saw him drink beer, last time I saw him drink anything, he had 2 Bud Lights, and I had to take him home. He just recently had his 60th birthday, and all the guys at work were having him do tequila shots with him.
Yeah.
And I think he did about 7. And I'm like, dude, you're going to explode in about 10 minutes. He did good. It was about
Some
20
people
minutes.
really don't react well to alcohol.
No.
Well, most people, anybody, everyone has a level. Everyone, I don't care what people say. Everyone has a level, and no one's superhuman. When you have too much in your system, it starts acting like a poison, and your body rejects it. Like right now, we don't. I imagine you don't do it. We don't get sick because you don't drink to that
I just
level.
become
anymore.
moronic.
I know, but you don't drink. You don't drink to the part where if you're drinking and puking and all that. That's like that guy, the father in Officer and a Gentleman. You remember that movie, Officer and a Gentleman?
I don't know if it's actually possible to drink enough Bud Light to get sick.
Well, no, it's not Bud Light. You're drinking whiskey too, like him. But you see him. Remember the father? Robert Loggia. Robert Loggia. He's a E6 or something like that, an E5 in the Navy. 20 years, and he's puking.
Senior chief.
He's puking. I mean, who the hell drinks like that? But you know what? Coming off a ship, when you're on a boat for 5 months, 6 months, that's the thing about when they used to say about sailors.
You get land sick.
No,
you just
what
get
I mean
stupid.
is you don't drink for those months. You're under forced prohibition.
Kind of.
That kind of
Well,
sucks.
you know what I mean. The real. I mean, you can.
The Navy now, yeah.
You can always get. You could have always gotten a little get a buzz, but rarely could you ever get the shit faced on the ship.
Well,
that
and the problem is you can't get beer consistently.
No, you can't. And then they have hooch and stuff like that. And if you're caught and you're inebriated on the ship, man, you end up in a brig, and that's shitty.
Yeah,
that's shitty. Or that'll cure your. If you're stuck in a brig,
desire.
Yeah, for a while, and then you wait, and then you go into shore, and you overdo it.
Yeah, everybody does.
Overdo it. Everyone do it. You overdo it the first night. You haven't had it,
And then you
but
end
if
up with a venereal
if you always have
disease
it,
and-
that's where in the British Navy, in the French Navy, they used to give the rum. You get the rum allotment in French. They had the wine. They're more wine, maybe cognac.
Yep.
But
Well,
you have the allotment, and you have a couple drinks and stuff like that. Now, obviously, some guys, when they have it, you start weeding out the guys that really have a problem. But at least it keeps the shakes down for them and all that stuff. You got guys in the Navy, if they get stuck, there's submariners. Hello, the submariners come back. They drink for months while they're in, and they're drinking, and then they go in and you can, you know what? It's really tight. It's really tight. They used to call it torpedo juice, the old thing. But they used to make it. The captains of these boats would
You can
say
ferment damn near anything.
They would let them do it so guys could do their jobs, and they'd have to bring them down again. I mean, it was really bad. So I mean, these are
you
stories.
spend any times around ships, you can always find a still.
Yeah,
especially the engineers.
The bigger the ship, the more of a chance you're going to find
especially
it.
the old
Smaller, even though the boomers are big, okay, but
anything with
it's
a steam,
still tight.
Anything with a steam generator on board.
Man, did you see a picture of that big ass ship coming into Duluth, Minnesota, that was covered in ice, and just froze solid?
Oh yeah,
I can't imagine.
What's
that.
it, the Edmund Fitzgerald?
No, that one's at the bottom.
Okay,
It doesn't
you know that
freeze
song,
up
right?
anymore.
Oh yeah.
No,
When
actually,
the storms of September keep blowing,
Come blow.
right? You like that?
all 13 minutes of it.
Oh, we used to. Oh my gosh, this is. It's right after Christmas. This time of year, 20-something years ago, we used to reenact up in the Poconos. My friend Steve Kowalski, who's in Sweden now. He's a teacher and a comedian in Sweden. He's married with a kid, but he's from Northeast Philly. We used to go to a friend's house, Carboni's, Billy and Ed, and we go to their Pocono house, and we'd be drunk one time during this, right after New Year's, and they do a reading of the Edmund Fitzgerald right before we go out. and crash and burn with the ladies because it's hardly this
They
time of
didn't
year
play
up in the
musical
Poconos.
version. They just read it.
They read it. They read it dramatically.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, because-
cigarette,
Dramatic
do the
reading,
Captain
yeah.
Kirk thing.
Yeah, like that, like that. Captain Kirk, a dramatic reading
Riding
of
in my
the
car.
yeah, and you read the Edmund Fitzgerald, and it kind of
On the radio.
The record of Edmund Fitzgerald actually reenacted what we did because we go out to this place called there was one bar called High Elevations, and then we followed it. It was High Elevations, Low Expectations, because you go there,
There you go.
and there were very few women there, and you'd have to go for what you have. Whatever there, that's what you went for.
That was the pool.
And,
And the
and there
pool
could
was
be
very
like 5
shallow.
girls. 3 of them were sharp, 2 weren't, or 2 were sharp, 3 weren't. And if it was all 5, we probably went home by ourselves. We just, if they weren't, just said, no, not too many. We wouldn't all take a bullet, but we'd all rotate that stuff. And then we go to this other place called, I think it's called Flanagan's and stuff like that. But eventually, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you wouldn't. And they used to
I don't know
call
if
it,
you call that lucky.
Steve Kowalski. And I think if he could give me a confirmation, I'm gonna ask him. Want to bring it in? He's a funny dude. They used to call it Jim Horan Day because we
What is that?
closed the deal.
Does that
closed-
go ugly early?
No. You think it would? It was Steve was going to Ireland for a couple years. He was, and he was leaving the States, and he was. I don't know. He was feeling too good, but we're up in the mountains. I said, you know what? We're going to go out. There were no girls around, but we're going to find them. And we went out, and we found there were maybe 3 or 4 of us, and we found girls, 3 or 4 girls. They came home. We were doing all right. I think we had a couple in our rooms and all that stuff. And somebody pissed off one of the ones that
One of the
guy was
ladies.
taking. Yeah, I don't want to say that, but one that was taking one for the team, and someone pissed off them, and she started going, "Okay, that's it. Oh, come on, gang, it's time to go home." And you're in various states undressed and all that stuff, and you got to go.
they're all
And you know
going.
what? You're in your head. You go, "Come on, shut up, be quiet. Give her another drink. Do something.
Stop the clock blocker. Cock blocker.
No, but she did, but
Lick that
they
damn
all
thing.
marched. They all march out, right? And we're all there, standing there with varying states of blue balls, except for the one that had to get pissed off that last one because they just can't. There wasn't enough alcohol for that person to take one for the team, and then they called it Jim Horan Day.
There you
and
go.
then the second time when we recreated it,
Well, that obviously was before the little blue pills.
no, that's not it. It's where, you could.
Yeah.
You could, but
Trust
you
me, you
don't
take
even
one.
you don't even go down to that part of the clothing because you don't want to. There would be, that there would be psychological
Repercussions.
damage or repercussions if you did. So, but the next time we recreated it was Jim Horan Day, and I said, well, there's no way we're going to be able to do it because there's even less girls than before. And we
No, never say
recreated.
that.
We did it. We recreated the whole thing, and I go marching in, and they had a video camera going, and my buddy Ed was filming. I'm marching back to the door, and I said, okay, the girls are leaving once again. Jim Horan Day, another successful Jim Horan Day, and the guy punches me right in the nuts. I fall to the ground
He's out of
on
commission for the
video,
night.
on
I'm
video
sorry,
camera, and
man.
there's a video still of this going around. And then when I go to the ground, I do my best kung fu punch right into that guy, the guy with the camera thing. And you see the camera go down, boom, right to the floor. But that was the end of the last Jim Horan Day, and it was. It wasn't.
Nothing like punching
Yeah.
each other in the balls just for fun.
Yeah, I can't see
Well,
why that.
after girls leave your house, you got this big old beautiful
I can't-
ski chalet. It was like a
I can't-
5-bedroom house, and over the garage they had a 20-bed bunkhouse. So they had big
Dude.
parties, man. You could have 20 people in the main house and another 20 in the other house.
There you go.
and it had a big kicking great room where you.
Well, that's fantastic. Right up the dick bunch point.
The dick punch.
Yeah, the dick punch point.
Okay, yeah.
I can't imagine why they didn't catch on.
Well, after that, we just brought the girls up. We brought the girls up with
in
us.
high school, we used to go around punching each other in the balls and stuff all the time.
Well, they did that in the Navy too. Did you guys do that?
There was not quite the level of grab ass going on then.
Well, this is not when you punch someone in the nuts. I don't consider that grab ass. There's no joy.
It's like
You're not fondling or anything like that. It's a nut punch.
No,
You
we
know-
were honestly all smoking way too much dope.
Have you ever seen where the horse bit me? No. Pow, right there. You punch him right in the balls.
Okay. Well, or what's the capital of Thailand?
Bangkok.
Well, there's all those. Since we were talking out to New Year's, there was all these things. There was the broken finger. You ever hear of the broken finger?
I have.
The broken finger. You know about the broken finger?
No.
Okay, listeners, picture this: you walk up to a friend and you have some kind of fake faux blood on your hand.
Faux blood.
Faux blood, and you hold your hand. Faux blood, and you hold down near your crotch area. You say, "Oh my God, I think I broke my thumb." And could you take a look at it? And someone looks down, and you actually have your dick in your hand, and a person gets real close and looks down, and it's ketchup on your dick. You see a guy looking at it. Now, if you do it to a girl, that's harassment. I've never done that to a girl, but it was great to guys and stuff like that at my fraternity house.
If you do it to the right kind of guy, it could be harassment too.
Okay, no, but it was funny. And then there was, hey, check out my new watch. And you're holding it down there. You draw a circle on your side of your penis. And you stretch it across your wrist. And you hold it down there. Hey, check out my new watch. When someone looks at the watch and they go, that's a weird color watch. The band. Oh, God damn. Oh, foiled again. I looked at another day.
Hate you bastards.
Yeah. I didn't do it as much. Come on. You had stuff. Am I the only one?
No, once we got through basic, there wasn't a whole lot of that going on anymore. Of course, I was shoreside. Shipside probably a little different.
Well, that was college.
Once we discovered weed, man, we pretty
was
much
college. That was
all
the
that
one.
shit went away.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
That was college. That's when I found out about upper decking or top shelf.
Oh, I love a good upper decking.
Yeah.
That's just comedy gold. An upper decking. You've never upper decked any of your bandmates? Oh my! That's when you take a shit in the top half.
Yeah, he's right. Got it right. What's best to do in a college party when you have a
shit and do what?
In the top half of the toilet, in the reservoir.
Tank. Yeah.
So when they flush, it does
I didn't know
shit.
that had a name. That was just something we did.
No, that's upper decking. That's called upper decking.
The looser, the better. If there was some stuck-up girl in front of you, behind you, and you're standing in line for the bathroom, right? And the girl's kind of prissy. She won't talk to you.
Like an upper decker.
You do an upper decker, and when she's done, she
Boom.
flushes. And
it
the
looks like
next
she
person
took a
comes
shit.
in, yeah, and
that
flush
pretty
it.
girl
And they
took
go
a
like,
shit.
"Oh, the girl just left. What a mess she left. What a pig." You know what I mean?
It works real good if you got the Hershey squirts. I bet.
dude.
Yeah, that's the only way it works.
the best way.
Otherwise, that's a bad thing too.
Oh, it kind of plugs it up.
We used to do that to bandmates all the time. Especially when we were doing the hotel thing.
Oh, when you're on the road and you're eating shitty road
I
food,
know,
you
it's-
have a lot of diarrhea going on. You know?
Okay. Luckily, this isn't a dinner side show.
There's nothing solid about any of that thing. Enough roller food. You eat roller food for 5-6 days running? Let me tell you, there ain't nothing solid coming out.
Especially if you're really broke and you're living on fucking bologna, man.
Okay,
After
right.
about 3 or 4 days of bologna, man, your system just can't handle that much fake meat.
We don't. Okay.
Enough nitrates, all that good stuff.
And then you're pounding beers on top of it. And when you're on the road, you're drinking the cheapest, shittiest beer there is, like Keystone fucking Light.
Ooh, Lakes, Cooks.
God damn, that was some nasty fucking beer.
Really?
But it was cheap.
Yep, $5 a case.
Could get a case for, I got it on sale for $4 before.
$4.
Yeah, man.
Do you ever do that thing when you're on the road, draw pictures? One of your bandmates get real drunk, and then you
No, we used to
draw
do
a bunch of dick pics right on their face and
no,
all
we
that
used
stuff.
to do
and then down
the chalk line thing because you know how you get really fucked up, man, and it feels really good to lay on a piece of cold concrete.
Yeah.
We go out there and do a chalk line.
Chalk line.
Oh, I did a chalk. I did back in the 80s.
Yeah.
I did one, but we made it a chalk line. We got police tape and all that stuff and laid it out. And that was great. We put it right at, so we were down the shore, and the girls would come and walking by and they look at it. We had whenever we had a party, we had the chalk line and a rubber chicken out.
Oh.
So in LaGrange, Georgia, we got invited to. We were playing up there. It was Thanksgiving, so we didn't have to play Thanksgiving. And so we got invited over to the bar manager's house for Thanksgiving dinner along with the rest of the crew there. Long story short, so this chick comes up and she has some pills and stuff. And she puts them in my hand, and before I listen to the explanation, I just eat them.
Yeah.
You know, don't stick nothing in my hand for me to take because I'm going to fucking take every single bit of it, you know?
Yeah.
Not unless you're handing out like fucking 15 Xanax or something, you know? Then I'll know better. But I didn't know what any of these pills were. They were just cool.
How many? 3 or 4?
There's 3 or 4 of them, you know?
Half
And
a
she was like,
dozen or
oh,
whatever.
fuck, you know? And so here I am.
She was going to share them out, right?
Well, no, she was like going to tell me that you do this one now, and then you do this one a few hours from now, and this, you know, it was supposed to be an all-night party thing.
Yeah.
So,
It
at any rate,
was.
so I'm laying out there on the cool fucking concrete in LaGrange, Georgia, on this lady's sidewalk. And my bass player comes out, and he's like, I've had a few beers, you have to drive. And he's waking me up, literally waking me up.
Like,
And I'm like, dude, I am in there. Well, I've had a couple beers, man. All you had was those pills. I said, well, I had some beers too, man. So he makes me drive, man. I swear to God, I would never, ever have chosen to drive in this shape because I was seeing 3 roads, man. I was just staying in the middle. And I reacted to the lights, and I kept asking my buddy, how am I doing? And he's like, man, you're doing great, man. You're doing great. We finally get back to the motel room. We get upstairs, man. And, yeah, I know, I barfed my head off. And he goes, oh, if I knew you were that fucked up, I would have drove.
Wow.
True story,
No,
no shit.
you need to go and get yourself a drink now. Come on.
I need one more beer,
There
yeah.
you go.
Hold
Yes,
on.
you do.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Yeah, we're moving right
We're
up.
moving right along. Boy, time does fly.
Time flies when we're having fun.
Yeah, with Luke. And, for the New Year's, you know what I wanted to do while we're on this? I think we have a little break. I think
We've got a few minutes.
I want to talk about some of the reviews we've got from iTunes. And I want to send a shout out to these people that sent it, was kind enough to leave us some reviews.
Good.
We got from Dr. Toboggan Mantis, Brent from Hysteria 51. Excellent show. Keep it up. 5 stars. This is on iTunes. We got great exclamation mark. New favorite podcast from Ginger Ann 1. And great listen by Reservation for Jury, a brilliant show that offers unique perspective on podcasting scene. The stories and experiences discussed are really cool.
I really didn't know there was a
To listen to.
podcasting scene.
Oh yeah, we're on the podcasting scene, and I look forward to hearing more in the future and talk about how we do it here. We kind of did it by the seat of our pants when we started doing it in April, and then Bill came along and showed me how to. Well, actually, he's been pretty much running the sound here, and I appreciate this. Now, if you guys really do like the show, the way you really can help us, the number one way, is to share the podcast to other people. And then we'll be able to finesse things differently. We are going to different bars. We're doing at least 1 show a week. We're probably going to go in the new year do 2 shows a week. I created a Patreon page. We're going to create, and if you go to, you'll find it at keysbartender.com. I'm going to start posting a link there. I will have special. I promise this too. If you do become a patron, we'll have different levels and we'll have rewards where we offer people like propose a subject, and I will write a show on a subject, no matter how fucked up it is. And you know what? A way I can wash my hands of it. As long as it's not too cool, okay? I don't need you guys
That's
to
like
be
when
cool
somebody
about
requests Sweet Home.
it. What? Yeah.
Brown-eyed squirrel, man.
Yeah. So what we need to do is make sure that
Hi, baby. It is cold.
we keep track of this. we'll if you do become the first people on Patreon, when I get that link up, I'm going to make several different classes up. But it's really important that you share and you write critiques on iTunes, maybe Spreaker, like us. As much as you can. Share us to your friends. Suggest any topics you want to hear. If you want to find out any things about Bill or Luke's lives, I'm not saying they're fucked up or anything like that, but they are interesting. You can hear about, we can have a list, and I don't want to talk about
my New Year's Eve gig, man. Hey, just the right amount of mushrooms for New Year's Eve, man.
Yeah, mushrooms on New Year's Eve?
Oh, yeah, we played we did 2 sets. We did an hour and a half first set, and then we did 3-hour second set.
Wow.
Because it was just that much fun. There were so many people.
Was it a private party?
No, it was just the crib.
Just
the Caribbean
on New Year's Eve
Club.
On New Year's Eve.
Oh, well, shit, that was Slam, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, man, a shout out to fucking Mark from Shipwrecks he does the fireworks, man. That was by far the best fireworks show I've ever seen in
Mark
Little Key
is the
Largo.
owner of Shipwrecks at
106 it ain't like a billion of them, but it was for us down here. It was fucking awesome.
We'll do a show.
Yeah, we should do a show down at Shipwrecks.
We'll do a show from Shipwrecks. And Luke, New Year's Eve, you played at
the Caribbean Club.
When did your gig? When did it start out? And when did you take the mushrooms?
Well, I played. It started at 10:30. I took the shrooms.
Quarter to
half hour before, probably.
Yeah. Did you see it? Did you see anything?
Oh,
interesting?
that made this fireworks even really spectacular.
Yeah.
But they really were spectacular
Yeah,
fireworks.
they were really good.
And
I don't know. You got to take that with a grain of
some
salt.
other party goods in between.
They were actually really good.
I know, but if he was looking at one of those, I know, but if he was looking at a drag race sign, lighting up, he'd go, "Oh man, that's fucking awesome!"
Oh yeah,
it goes red, it goes green, yellow, and then red. Yeah. Oh,
no, I totally forgot. I ate a pot cookie first, and then I ate the shrooms.
No,
did anybody give you pills?
I didn't take any pills, but it snowed down there
shit.
a little bit.
It always snows.
Holy shit, Luke! You gotta slow down, man.
And
it always
snows
New Year's Eve.
So it always snows New Year's Eve.
It always snows.
I can't do that.
I function at a high level, so
You do?
Yeah, I have to reach a certain level of inebriation before I'm even able to function. See, I haven't had enough so far. That's why I'm stuttering over words and shit.
Well, you hear me. I come in here, either I have 2 drinks or no drinks, or I know I've never had the. But you saw me at the Christmas party when I had the weed and the drinks, and I'm just bringing Santa Claus in with his little deli bell, and I am good to go. And we got to give another shout out to the catch here. We just had the owner walk by, Kathy.
She is fantastic.
You come in, she's a
And
sweetheart.
she is a sweetheart of a
She
person.
does the best damn
She does
job
take care of
any
us, yeah.
Any restaurant.
Very
ever down
welcoming.
here.
When you come down here to the Keys, you got to stop at the Catch.
Say hi to
Happy
Kathy.
hour, 3:30 to 6:30. They have great wings. Bill will attest to that. I'll attest to that. Well,
my favorite
I work
wings.
here too, so you take that with a grain of salt. But I think the people.
No, I've
all you
heard,
got to do is go to the
no, the
Facebook
wings are
page.
fantastic.
I've heard a lot about the great wings here.
No, you go to the
Wings are-
Facebook page, and the rest of the food's great. It's Meatloaf Day. If you don't know the Keys, obviously, just like any sea-based, aqua-based culture and stuff like that, it's a lot of seafood, and the locals
It's all seafood.
they need something there. So we don't have on any of the daily specials is chicken pot pie. Tuesday, spaghetti and meatballs.
Spaghetti,
Then the
meatloaf,
evening is Mexican
turkey.
night. Meatloaf on Wednesday. Thursday, turkey platter and barbecue night on
'Cause
in the
they're-
evening.
after
Turkey
live-
all day, barbecue at night, and Friday is prime rib night. Bill, I'm sorry.
Because
dude.
living down here, all you do is eat fish.
Yeah, all
we
fish.
eat fish all the time. If somebody does good cow, I'm like, oh my god, it's got cow.
Yeah.
Give
When you
me
see one of those
cow.
bullshit movies,
You know what
when
cracks
you
me
see-
up is when somebody goes to Wendy's or Burger King
Yeah,
or
orders a fish
McShit's
damn sandwich.
and has a fish sandwich. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me? You just
No, you don't eat a fish sandwich. You don't eat fish
I mean,
sticks.
you
You,
just-
don't eat fish sticks. You don't even get a fish sandwich. But when you see
We
one of
eat
those
homemade
fucking
fish
movies,
sticks.
when you see
Yeah.
one of those movies that people are in Canada, Royal Place in Canada, and they're eating moose burgers all day. No, they don't. They get tired of moose burgers all the time.
Exactly.
They want something different.
like walleye cheeks.
Yeah. No, not that there's anything wrong with
I
moose
like
burgers.
walleye cheeks.
No, I'm sure that's great. I'm just saying something different.
Actually, I like
Like
beef
Rocky
better
Mountain
than
oysters down here.
Bison and better than moose. Moose and bison are a little tough, little gamey.
No, but you know what I'm saying is like when we get it, it's different.
You
if you get bear meat, that's great, man. But mahi, we got mahi all the time coming out of our ass and stuff like that.
I like hogfish. Is my favorite.
Hogfish, yellowtail. I like
fantastic.
lionfish. Lionfish is.
Snook
I
is
spoke
a good
about
fish
it.
too, man.
What,
Snook's
snook?
And
fantastic.
bass,
I
too.
like
Bass
snook.
is good.
You know,
eating.
snook sounds like you're insulting. Hey, the guy's a schnook.
He's a snook.
Guy's a schnook. He's like a fucking asshole, right?
Last time I saw a mouth like that, it had
It
a
was
hook in
a
it.
It had a hook in it.
Yeah. So, we were talking that we did a Patreon thing. We're going to have the post, and we're going to be putting that on our website. We'll put it in Patreon.
We have a new
we may have a
T-shirt.
date. We may have a date with Luke. I think it's all right. I think I may put
What
that
are we
out.
gonna do?
What we'll do is, if someone wins a prize, when we're trying to figure something out for the spring, we get somebody who participates as a Patreon. We'll do a Key Largo tour. We'll get them driven around, and it'll culminate with. You'll be escorted by Bill and I. We'll do a live podcast while we're doing it. We'll go to one of Luke's shows, and during the breaks, Luke will come over and talk, and we'll make it real special to someone.
So we got a new T-shirt coming out too.
What?
It has all three of us together, cheek to cheek, asses.
No.
Yeah, we're doing a complete
We
ass
could do
cheek
that, man.
thing.
Oh.
That would
no.
be funny. I
That
bet
would be
people would
funny.
buy it.
I guess
buy
I
that.
think they'd be able to figure out whose is whose.
You know, that'd be the thing. If
Man,
you can
if
figure
you
out
can
the
figure
order
it
of the
out.
asses, man.
Mine is rippling, man. I'm a spin instructor, brother.
Hey,
I'm a
man.
spin instructor. Well, my core strength is enormous.
Man,
And well, if there's any hang,
I
they're
have
gonna know
no
it's
ass.
me too.
Mine's wrinkly and
I know.
old, so.
I got a muscular ass. I got a muscular ass for.
damn it.
Yeah, I do.
Well, okay.
It's so
we're, all,
sped.
we're all lost.
No, I wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. That'd be like, that's bad. That's one of my best features.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go. Well,
then
put it
show
on
it
a
off.
T-shirt.
Hey, it's like when a girl hangs out with a good-looking chick, always
No,
hangs
I
out
don't
with
want to
ugly
do that.
chicks
You
to
guys,
make herself
these
look better.
guys have a lot of style. So I you know what? I don't need any acclaim.
No, we
I
don't
go like
have.
this. I think if we do the three of us together, right now we got the Keys bartender. I'll do that one there, but I think I should get three of us together.
We may have
on our
style,
shirt.
but we have no class.
I got style.
You got a big class, man. You got a big class. Okay,
Class
we're-
of an asshole.
Call me when you have no class.
yeah, call me out of work teacher. Right? You ever
shit.
hear that one? That was Rodney Dangerfield.
Time for you to go.
Oh, you're busy.
Yeah.
Oh, so call me
to-
when you have no class.
You at the pilot house tonight?
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
What?
And it's cold, but they got
Remember-
the heaters on, so.
Okay, folks, no, remember this. The Keys are open. It is cold down here right now. It's not always going to be cold, but it's cold for us, not for you. If you're up in
Especially if
the
you're-
northern reaches right now, cold for us is 60 degrees.
70.
Okay, well, 60 degrees. Cold.
I get cold at 78.
The water's still in the low 70s. Pretty much what it's like in the summer at the Jersey Shore.
All the tourists from Minnesota are still swimming.
Oh, I know.
Like it's like they think this is summer to them.
Damn, it hurts me.
No, it's nothing.
Put some clothes on, damn it.
My
It's like-
daughter's a synchronized swimmer. She'll be in a pool next week.
It was 40 below zero up in Minnesota the other night.
Yeah, that's right. When they take out one of these fucking boiling water teapots and they turn it down in the wind, it turns to ice mist
to
right,
ice, yep.
immediately. So right down here, we're one of the warmest places in the country. There's a place you can come down for solace. You can come down with great food. You come down to a place that doesn't frown upon you drinking first thing in the morning.
Oh, yeah. You wake up with a beer. That's perfectly normal.
You can't drink all day if you don't start first thing
That's
in the
an
morning.
old saying, but it's so true.
Especially
you know
here.
that?
Oh,
and
dude.
here, nobody looks at you weird,
No,
you know?
you can come into a restaurant at 10 o'clock in the morning when they open and order a beer, and nobody's going to give you a sideways. It's not going to be like back
I've
home
gone
where
out
they
for
look at you
breakfast at
sideways.
7 a.m. and had a beer.
Okay,
With my
well,
breakfast.
just remember, you're working the daily grind. It's winter up north. It's always summer down here. Come down here. You're going to have a great time. You can hang out with us. come down and see us. Make sure you drop us a line. Jim at keysbartender.com. I'll make sure you get the email
Let
and
us
put
know
it in
you're
there.
coming.
And then we'll have to,
We'll hang out. We'll get drunk.
Yeah, we'll come down. We'll have you down there.
And if you need to know how to sneak weed on an airplane flight, I can tell you how to do that, man. I have a foolproof plan, man.
There's something that get us in trouble there. I know it. I don't know what exactly it is. My limited pre-law classes, but it tells me that if you
pre-med,
I'm not pre-med. It's the same difference. That was the Animal House, wasn't it? Pre-med, pre-law. When I come down with the bag and with all the sex toys. So, this is the end of the show. This is the first show of 2018. What I'd like to see in 2018 is a continuation of everything that we'll be doing here. We're going to be adding more shows. I think this is episode 39, if I'm not correct.
Okay.
But I have
Sounds
to
good to me.
double check that. I want to get by April, have 100 in the bag.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
April, that's 3, 4
That's
months?
4 months, man.
4 months, 12. We're going to have to really crank them.
Yeah, well,
We're going to have to crank them to get the 100 episodes. Okay,
you're
well,
going to have band bitching you get.
What? Okay. Well, we have at least 70 episodes, not all numbered, but some of the hurricane episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And
There's a bunch
remember,
of those.
okay, we're approaching 55 minutes. Come to the Facebook page, Keys Bartender, or keysbartender.com. I'm going to be putting links there for Patreon. Listen, you can help us by just sharing,
Right, we're
by
on,
doing a credit. We're on Spreaker,
iTunes,
iTunes, Google, TuneIn, Pocket Cast, Blueberry. I'm missing. Stitcher. Stitcher's big. I love all those. They go in there. They don't all count to our statistics, but we are there. We got thousands of listeners. I appreciate that. Spread across the whole country. I want to thank my listeners in Philadelphia, my hometown. I like North Carolina. I think we're getting a lot in the South because of you guys. We're getting some in Asia. I don't know why. But in Germany, we don't. We don't do a lot of Scheißer.
Hey, man, that's because I love fucking German beer, man. My favorite fucking German beer is Bitburger beer.
I had those two, Veronica and Karolinka. I want to say hello to them. They shared a lot, Veronica and Karolinka, and their families and my relatives out there in Poland, my in-laws. And all my friends in
George, who
England.
used to work at Gilbert's, he's over in Germany right now.
Yes,
George?
he is.
Yeah, George.
George and Aaron are not friends. He's not listening.
No, I bet
George hates me.
He had a change of heart, man. He really did. He called me up. I was playing at Gilbert's, and two of his buddies walked up with a phone and handed it to me, and it was fucking George on the other end. Because me and him had a falling out as well.
He's never called me, though.
And,
but you know what? I don't think... You know what? I don't hate him.
No, I don't hate anybody.
I don't hate him. I just
miss his wife, Susie.
Oh, Susie was a sweetheart.
She was such a sweetheart. Man.
Oh my God!
So she ended up dumping him, and that's what gave him the change of heart.
Well, okay, let's not ruin the thing if he's going to call back and make an amends to me by pissing him off. You know what I mean? I love Susie, though. Susie called us sometime. I loved her. Beautiful girl. She was in awesome shape, too, wasn't she?
Oh, man. She
was tight.
She was just really cool to all us local musicians. She kept us working.
Yeah.
When they were wanting to lay us off in the slow time, she found a way to make it work. We'd do like 2 hours here, and then we'd come and play 2 hours later. And yeah, man, she was very awesome like that.
Well, that's great. Okay, let's say goodbyes.
This
is Jim the Keys Bartender. I'll sign up first. I'm going to let these guys do their last final words right here. You heard what I said.
Go on, Luke.
Peace and love for 2018.
There
Hopefully, fucking somebody is. I shouldn't say that.
Peace, love, and somebody's going to bring Luke some weed.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I'll stick with that one.
I had to make the emergency call Saturday night to my wife. Thank you all so much for listening. We do appreciate you all. We look forward to hanging out with you in 2018. Thank you so much.
And seriously, please come and see us in the Keys.
This is Julie.
Hey, calendar, what's my morning like?
Julie's about to have a long day.
At 9 a.m., soccer carpool. 9:10, purchase birthday card. 9:05, dry cleaning.
Did you just go backwards?
I'm sorry, I can't fit that question into your schedule. 9:15, cry for a little bit.
For days that won't end, let Schwann's help. With Schwann's, you can get delicious meals that go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. Visit today at schwanns.com. This is Julie.
Hey, calendar, what's my morning like?
Julie's about to have a long day.
At 9 a.m., soccer carpool. 9:10, purchase birthday card. 9:05, dry cleaning.
Did you just go backwards?
I'm sorry, I can't fit that question into your schedule. 9:15, cry for a little bit.
For days that won't end, let Schwann's help. With Schwann's, you can get delicious meals that go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. Visit today at schwanns.com.